Hi, I'm Pearson Ryan, sommelier and National Sales Director for Switchback Ridge. Thanks for joining me today. It's going to be a fun day as we'll be jumping into our next vertical of Switchback Ridge Cabernet Sauvignon. Switchback Ridge is an all-estate family vineyard owned by the Peterson family up in Calistoga, Napa Valley. Today we'll be doing our 2008 to 2010 vintages. First up, the 2008. Now 2008 was a pretty extreme weather year for Napa Valley. The year began with lots of intense rain and thunderstorms, leading into one of the driest springs on record in all of Napa Valley. Because of the crazy weather, it created a lot of concentration in the wines, but also led to lower yields. So I know a lot of winemakers and vineyards were very happy with the product that came out, but there's probably not a lot out there. So let's give a quick smell and see where it's at. Still lots of black fruit on the nose, a little bit of a tarry molasses smell to it. Good medium tannins. You still get a little bit of that vanilla on the back end from the oak aging. Good blackberry fruit, kind of subtler little red fruit tones coming out, some currant, maybe some almost dried raspberry. And then on the nose, really interesting, you get some of those non-fruit characteristics. Like I said before, the tar, the molasses, some dried rose petal. 2008 is tasting great right now. As I said, it was a fantastic grape crop that came in. However, there were lower yields. So this wine could definitely age for a few more years in your cellar, but it's tasting fantastic right now. Let's go into 2009. So 2009 was Mother Nature kind of taking a break, I guess you could say. Normally in the summertime, they have heat spikes of somewhere around 14 to 15 days of 100-degree weather in Napa. In 2009, there was only around 4 or 5. There wasn't a ton of rain later in the year or early in the year as well. So pretty much vineyards were allowed to kind of relax and just make the best quality grape that they possibly could without too much headache from Mother Nature. Vineyards were pretty much delighted across the board on all grape varietals. So let's give a quick smell. I can already see from the 2009 to the 2008, if you can almost see, the 2008 is a little lighter in color to the 2009 already. As red wine ages, it gets lighter in color. Let's give a quick taste. I get a little bit more spice on the finish on the 2009 than I did the 2008. Still lots of the bigger, riper black fruits, boysenberry, blackberry. They're not as subtle as the 2008 is becoming. I think the 2009, such an exceptional vintage with really, really great concentrated fruit. Needs a little bit more time in the bottle. This could definitely age for at least another 10 years. It's very juicy and rich and decadent right now. Let's check out the 2010. Now 2010 was a cooler than normal year throughout the summer, but then later towards the harvest, there were a ton of heat spikes, which made the grapes kind of ripen and get really, really rich and jammy. But it also made the vineyards have to hurry up and pick because the grapes were ripening a little bit faster than normal. Let's give a quick smell. Much more rich on the nose. Can smell the fuller. It's much fuller than the 2008 or 2009. Well, right away on the finish, you get that great characteristic of California Cabernets, that graphite, that pencily, that kind of hot tar on the back finish. You still get a lot of the black fruit again, the vanilla from the oak aging. You don't get those softer tones like the dried rose petals from the other ones and things like that. The 2010 has great acidity though, that the other two didn't kind of match up to. Really makes my mouth water. And the finish on all three of these wines is exceptional. The 2010 Was a great year for you to be able to store and lay down. These wines can be fantastic for another 10 years, I'd say. Well, that's what we have for the 2008 to 2010 Switchback Ridge Cabernet. Thanks for joining me today.